This is what people admire about you but won't say. With the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Wands, I feel like people admire your decisiveness, especially when it comes to people who have you all the way fucked up, quite frankly. With the Nine of Wands, I feel like this didn't come naturally to you. I feel like in the past, you would have allowed people to trigger you. You would have allowed people to project their insecurities. You would have allowed people to talk to you crazy. But nowadays, you've built up this resilience and this like automatic function to where you will speak up and you will tell someone like it is, like, hey, I'm sorry, but that was blatantly rude and you will not talk to me that way. And if you are going to talk to me that way, I'm going to walk away. Kind of energy. It's like you will let people know where they have you all the way messed up. And I feel like you speak up for the injustices in the world because you might have been someone in the past who didn't have people to speak up for you, or you didn't have someone to protect you, or you were taken advantage of, and now it's like, I'm not going to allow anyone to take advantage of me, right? And that's very much the energy that you function out of. Like, you will talk to people crazy if you have to, if you need to get a point across. But I also feel like you are very intelligent and intellectual in the way that you come across. 1, 2, 3 on the timer. So it's not coming across as anger, it's coming across as very articulate and very like demure and like level-headed, so to speak, so people can't use like your anger against you. With the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, people admire how you bet on yourself. I feel like you have very many gifts and talents or hobbies or things that you can monetize, or just endeavors that you enjoy, and you very much invest in that, even if people feel like, oh, you're wasting time, you should be doing better things with your time, or you should be doing this or that. You're like, no, I want to spend my time this way. This brings me joy and this helps me stay centered, and this is what I'm going to do. I feel like you're very good at managing responsibilities. You probably have a lot on your plate and you're able to also help others while you are struggling. I feel like you have a high threshold for what you can manage in life, maybe on an emotional, a physical, or a spiritual level. 222 on the timer. But this little decor in the background kind of looks like a 4-leaf clover. So people very much admire your luck and how you nurture your luck. 2, 3, 4 on the timer. But people feel like you are very gifted and talented in many ways, and they truly admire that. They admire the way that you shine. They admire the way that you, 2, 4, 6 on the timer, invest in, you know, hobbies or passions or things that truly just light up your life. With the Wheel of Fortune and the 7 of Pentacles, people admire how you have turned your life around, how you continue to open yourself up to new chapters or new eras, and how you're not going to give up on yourself, or you're not going to give up in a bad season. You trust in the seasons of your life. You know that some seasons are going to be slow, some seasons are going to be fast, some seasons are going to be painful, and some seasons are going to be happy, you know. I feel like you very much flow with life, and people admire that. I do see like this jewelry in the background, so people could admire your jewelry, or they could see you as being very valuable. 3, 3, 3 on the timer. We have the 7 of Pentacles here. Yeah, I'm getting that people admire how much you invest into yourself, into your self-care, into your self-love, making sure that you are investing in the right energies. 3, 4, 5 on the timer, that you're investing in, you know, the right social media accounts. Like, I feel like you're very picky in what, you know, takes up your time, energy, or your money, and you are very determined to make the most of what you have, and so you will conserve it and make sure that it's going to the right places. So I'm only going to follow productive social media accounts. I'm not going to follow anyone that's destructive for me. It's giving very much that energy. With the 6 of Cups, yeah. People admire how you don't forget where you came from. They feel like you could be acting very different and like forgetting your roots, but I don't see that you're doing that. I feel like you don't forget people. You recognize people's faces, or you recognize people's names, and like people that might have felt like they were forgotten by you in a way. Let's clarify this energy. What is the Knight of Swords and the 9 of Wands, and how are people admiring this secretly? Yes, we got the 6 of Swords. That's what I'm getting. You're choosing your peace. Again, like I said, the way that you call people out is not a way that is aggressive or full of anger. It's very grounded, it's very rooted in reality and very matter of fact. It's not like you're trying to cause chaos, but you will nip it in the bud and you will tell someone like it is in order to protect your peace and in order to move on, and to not have like resentment in your spirit or resentment in the air, or to not have like, you get things off of your chest rather than you know, allowing it to contaminate your energy. Yeah, the Queen of Cups. You come from a very pure place, a very loving place. So even if you are calling someone out, it is loving and it's coming from a place of care. And hey, you know, I'm just trying to think of your best interest, and I wouldn't talk to people like this because one day you might get into a bad situation. It's like situations like that. 543 on the timer. What is the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, and how are people secretly admiring the viewer? Now we got the Keeper of Cups, which is the King of Cups. Again, investing into the things that light you up, that bring you joy, that make you feel like your true self is what I'm getting. People see you as very creative and they admire that. They admire how you invest into matters of the heart, even when other people might not value that the way that you do. Bottom of the deck, the Ace of Cups, literally investing into the things that fill you up. Whether it's singing, you might not be good at singing, but you sing every day because it gives you life and it gives you motivation and it helps you feel like your best self every single day, and that's what you're going to do. I feel like you very much do shine, but it's giving like you invest in things that other people might think are stupid or might think are not worth your time. But 642 on the timer, it's very much worth your time because they see your energy, they see the evidence, and the proof is in the pudding, right? And I feel like you kind of inspire other people to explore that side of themselves too. Like maybe people who never thought that they were creative start doing creative things because you're like, hey, get outside your comfort zone, try something new for once, you know? What is the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Pentacles, and how are people secretly admiring this about you? Eight of Pentacles, yes, you make it work. You are determined to make things work, and you're determined to, again, invest in the right places, invest your time in the right places. This is also giving me like getting a return on your investment. So making sure that you're not investing into things that are just trends, you know, and like investing into savings or investing into your self-care because maybe that's part of your job. You need to be presentable, or investing in certain endeavors that you could monetize later on, things like that, like perfecting your skills, things that people would not consider doing just to level themselves up a little bit more in their work, or to level themselves up in one way or another. I feel like people also admire the inner work that you have done, and they understand that that plays a role in, you know, the blessings that you do receive and the favor that you do have, you know. Bottom of the deck, yeah, the Four of Wands. You're very much a leader. I feel like you are stable in who you are, and you help others to become stable within themselves. You help build these foundations for other people and speak facts and speak truths and help enlighten people to different ways of being, rather than people being stuck on autopilot or stuck in certain belief systems just because everyone else believes those things, you know. Yeah, Keeper of Wands, you're very determined. I feel like you're very much, again, a leader. This person, Corazon Aquino on here, I believe she was part of the is it Singapore or Filipino government, and she played a major role in it, and she was one of the first females to be in that role, and she actually overthrew the government that was there, and everyone voted for her rather than the corrupt government. So that's what this is giving me, is like you have this influence and this impact, 9/11 on the timer, that a lot of people don't completely understand, but they trust you and they believe in you because you believe in yourself and you also believe in others. If this resonated, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Much love.